This is the Radio Guys recap after a disappointing day at Paul Brown Stadium. The Bengals took a 1-point lead to the fourth quarter, but still lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars 27-17. The Bengals falling to 0-7 this season. The rushing numbers were mind-boggling in this game. It's been a problem all year, but nothing like it was in this game. 216 rushing yards for Jacksonville, 33 for Cincinnati, all 33 for Andy Dalton. The Bengals tried 16 running plays to either Joe Mixon, Giovanni Bernard, and Alex Erickson and did not gain a single yard.
Incredible. I mean, you can't make it up. It's almost impossible to comprehend. And Andy Dalton had his third rushing touchdown. Joe Mixon, Giovanni Bernard, none. They don't have a rushing touchdown other than the quarterback. So I don't care who you're playing against defensively in the National Football League when you have no running game. I don't mean just you're struggling running game. I mean no running game, zero, other than your quarterback running the football. That's 1.5 hands tied behind your back. You're in trouble. And in the fourth quarter, it finally, the dam broke and Andy threw the interceptions. The one screen pass, he's under pressure. They're not even slowing up guys on a screen pass. And the back gets picked out of the backfield, runs into a defensive lineman. Andy's just trying to get rid of the ball to the screen area. And there's no screen receiver, and it's a pick six. So, that's the drive that kind of is a nutshell of the season to me was the first drive of the third quarter. Alex Erickson drops a ball that was for big yards, comes right back to Auden Tate, completes a ball down the football field. Defense, Jaguars jump offside. They call an illegal chop block on Joe Mixon. So Andy thinks he's got a free play. Doesn't take advantage of the free play down the field, but instead of the 5-yard penalty, 1st and 5, they were penalized 15 yards, and it's 1st and 25. And then the fumble. So you have, should have had that completion. I'm still going for it. I'm going to get one. Penalty sets me back behind the chains like I've been almost all year long, and then a fumble. So that, to me, encapsulates the offensive struggles all year long. Setting themselves back behind the chains, turning the football over, whatever it may be, it's just not good enough.
You mentioned that fumble early in the third quarter. It was committed by Tyler Boyd, who had a rough game, couple of drops, plus the fumble. He's obviously been the Bengals' best offensive player to this point of the season, but he wasn't today. After the game, sat at his locker, back to the rest of the room, staring down. I asked him if he was up for talking about the game. He said no, which I guess is understandable. But if Tyler Boyd struggles, the way this offense is going right now, it is going to be hard to get anything going.
Yeah, and then that's where Alex Erickson tried to step up. Tyler Boyd was struggling. Alex Erickson, 8 catches for 123 yards or 127 yards, whatever it was. But he'll be the first to tell you he could add a couple hundred if he catches everything. And he had, a couple of drops. Tyler Boyd, a couple of drops. That's the thing. I mean, Andy Dalton probably suffered half a dozen drops or more during the course of the game. And then you start to press. You start to press as a quarterback in the fourth quarter trying to make plays. Tyler Boyd starts to press. He lets one drop turn into another, and that's where you have to have that selective amnesia. Put it aside. I can't let one bad play turn into multiple bad plays, and that's what's happening to this football team individually and collectively right now offensively.
And it happened on defense too. B.W. Webb, who's out there gutting it out with a broken bone in his right forearm. He missed an opportunity to possible pick six on Jacksonville's opening possession and had another opportunity at an interception later in the game.
Yeah, and Jesse Bates was saying that Minshew put 3 up there. There's 3 that they had their hands on that they feel like you get your hands on them, you got to catch the football. And it's ironic that the great Ken Riley was here as one of the legends for this football game because he had 65 interceptions where people throwing the ball maybe 20 times a game. And he had 65 picks. So when it was there for him to catch it, he caught it. And that's the bottom line. When opportunity's there, take full advantage. Don't let them fall by the wayside.
All you can hope for if you are the Bengals is that you have hit rock bottom. They've got a tough game coming up in London next week against a team that played in the Super Bowl last year with Zach Taylor on the coaching staff, the LA Rams. For Dave Lapham and our photographer, Sina Grivey, I'm Dan Hoard. Thank you for checking out the Radio Guys recap here on Bengals.com.